my heart was broken and I felt so blue.
Johnny, we criticise the military a bit here on the Ask Johnny channel, but there must be some great jobs available for young people today. What are some of the great careers you can have in the military? Right, Johnny, yeah, well, there's a myriad of safe jobs out there, Johnny, in the military. Why, you could work, say, in administration. And then there's working as a store person. Very important. Yeah, or maybe a mechanic. Oh, Jesus, that's a great career. Right, yeah, well, what about something else with a bit more oomph in it? What do you mean, like something where you can actually kill people, blow up bombs and something like that? Well, then now you're talking about what I reckon is the best job in the army, the button pusher. Button pusher? What the hell do you mean? Yeah, the button pusher. It seems you can push buttons that launch missiles and all that sort of stuff and fire remote guns and all sorts of bloody stuff just by pushing a button. Yeah. And the beauty of it all, Johnny, is you'll never get accused of any sort of war crime by pushing the button. Oh, right, well, that's a point, by Jesus. Yeah, now there's Ben Smith, who in Australia, he won the Victoria Cross, and then later on he was charged with all sorts of bloody war crimes and everything, and he's fallen into disgrace.
Ben Smith.
We presented the Victoria Cross for Australia. Corporal Benjamin Robert Smith.
For many Australians, you bring our hearts to soar.
A giant of a man in every regard, a hero of the nation.
Now, one of his missions is coming up here.
How on Easter Sunday 2009, an insurgent compound dubbed Whiskey 108 is bombed.
And the SAS sweep through, and they find a tunnel in the Whiskey 108 compound.
2 unarmed Taliban prisoners, one with a prosthetic leg, are shot dead.
Now, Ben Smith says, I walk outside and suddenly there's an insurgent and I've got no choice but to kill him, to shoot him dead. And a second insurgent appears and some bloke behind me shoots him dead. That was the Ben Smith story.
Good Jesus, a tunnel? And these 2 bloody insurgents were shot. Now, that may be a war crime or not a war crime. That's for another show. Holy shit! Now, that joint was bloody blown up. It was blown up by somebody pushing buttons away from the area. Oh! Right, well, but what I'd like to say is, Johnny, Ben Smith, he's been charged with bloody a war crime for killing these people. But the people who gave the orders to bomb that compound, or press the button that launched the missiles to bomb that compound, they're not even in question. There were probably bloody innocent people in that compound that had the shit blown out of them and killed. But the people who pushed the button, they're not war criminals, no. Yeah, well, they do absolve themselves from... They probably killed more innocent people than Ben Smith just did. Right. And where is this going? But what I'm saying is, the people who pushed the button, they can do so with complete anonymity. Is anyone going to get prosecuted over those war crimes? They're not even questioned, even though they probably killed more innocent people than poor old Ben Smith. Oh, yeah, well, so there you go, Johnny. You can get a job pushing these buttons, launching these missiles, firing these machine guns from these bloody drones. And the people who actually ordered you to push the button, because you've got to get your orders from somewhere, those people in turn, they're never questioned about war crimes. They're just doing what soldiers do.
And who's going to believe you? You're a killer, Harry. A maniac.
But they don't have to get down in their dungarees and go face to face with people who might have fucking bombs strapped to their chest or want to shoot them at every opportunity. Right, well, that's a point, by Jesus. Shouldn't the bloody commander who ordered the push-button people to push the buttons that blew up that compound that killed innocent people, shouldn't he be charged with war crimes? After all, he's the one who ordered the guy to push the button that did push the button, sent the missiles in there that Robert Ben Smith had to go in and clean up afterwards. And then he gets charged with war crimes. Even though he killed less innocent people than the fucking bombs did in the first place. Right, I see what you mean with getting a safe job in the bloody military. You can press all the buttons and fly. So there you go, Johnny. There's plenty of jobs in the military, plenty of safe jobs where you can have a lot of fun, as I said, blowing people up and killing people and everything, but you have no bloody responsibility.
My heart was broken in the belt, so blue.